Okay. Hi, Edita. How are you?
Hi, Sarah. I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you for your time. Thank you for joining me today. And well, we are talking about the languages, about the process of learning a new language.
Yes, it's never ending story, learning language.
I know. But first of all, I would like to know, where are you from? Can you introduce a little bit, please?
Yes, of course. I'm from Poland, but I had a 10 years break. I mean, I went to live abroad. I spent 10 years living in Scotland, but I came back 4 years ago, and again, I live in Poland, and I think I will stay here for good.
Okay. So, how many languages do you speak, Edita?
Of course, my mother tongue, Polish, and then I was going to say Deutsch, German, and English.
Wow. How many times did you take to study German, for example?
Recently, my history with German, because first I fell in love with German, I must say, and I hated English. I hated English at the beginning, but then when I went to Scotland, I started neglecting my German, and I started focusing on my English. And of course, my German got a bit rusty, but it's still okay. It's still okay. But now English is my number one if it comes to learning languages and spending time on that. So yeah.
Okay. So about English, I want to talk more about it. So. And since when have you been talking English?
Oh, you mean speaking, or
yeah.
when I started learning English at all?
When you started to learning English?
Oh my gosh,
how many years?
Yeah, I think the first time I started learning English was at high school, but it was very short after, the Iron Curtain fall down. You mean we were a communist country, which meant we were not allowed to learn Western languages like English, German, etc. We only were taught Russian. And after that, in Poland, we were lacking Western languages teachers. So, for example, when I got a teacher, an English teacher, he was horrible. I suppose he was he was a Russian teacher, and then he got like a few months because of the political change. He got like a few months to become an English teacher. So my first experience with English wasn't good. My teacher was awful. And even the students, even if we didn't speak English at all, we just felt that he was terrible. So he was really terrible. And but my German teacher was really, really great and inspirational. So I focused on my German, and then I continued that when I studied. But then after I finished my study, we decided to go to live abroad. So I found a private teacher to teach me English. But it was mostly about grammar, to be honest. That's the way we are taught English in Poland, or we used to be taught languages in Poland. A lot of grammar, a lot of course books, etc. But not so much practical skills like speaking, communication, listening. There was no time for that. So actually, I went to Scotland not being able to speak at all. I remember my first days in Scotland because Scottish people are very outgoing and they will talk to you on the street, in a shop, everywhere. And I was doing my shopping and someone talking to me and I say, yes, yes, yes. But I had no idea what they were talking to me. So, but then I signed up for a college for foreign students. And and they surprisingly, they classified me as intermediate student.
How about your...
Which I don't know why, because the only thing I could say was my name is Edita, I'm 30 years old, blah, blah. But I don't know why, I was classified as intermediate student, which on the one hand was good because I had to make progress very quickly to catch up with the other students. But on the other hand, sometimes I just felt like, fish out of the water. I had no idea what I was doing there, but it's good to be the worst. It's good to be the worst student in the group because you need to work really hard. And so
go ahead.
And then I met some friends, and it's so my English went better and better, and I found a job as well, which helped me a lot. And then I had my child, and he went to school, and I met other moms, blah 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 blah. So yeah.
So you can say like you have been studying English, for example, at school or in this course, but only grammar or only about writing. But then what happened when you needed to speak English? You only said, hi, my name is Edita. So what happened with all that vocabulary that you have learned before? Like,
it's funny because living abroad and living in Scotland, I noticed that when I was speaking with natives, I was very shy. I don't know why. And I couldn't use my vocabulary and express myself. But at the same time, when I was speaking with other students, for example, from Spain, from Germany, from Netherlands, from all around the world, I just felt very relaxed. And maybe because we were all, in the same boat. So we were, foreigners and learning English. And it was really, really easy for me to find words and to express myself. But again, at work with Scottish people, I just was very shy and not so communicative and not talking so much. And I regret that very much.
So when you are with a native speakers, you still feel afraid?
No, not anymore. No. I was back then, but now I'm not shy with native speakers at all. And actually, my confidence in English, but it took time. It took some time for me to feel confident speaking English, both with foreigners and with native speakers. For example, like a week ago, my sister came to visit me, and her husband is Scottish, and we had a really great conversation about everything, politics, history, because he's interested in that. And a day after, we were at a restaurant with my husband, and there was a couple. And the lady, she was speaking Polish, I could hear, but she was speaking English with her partner. And they have a dog, a really big dog. And the dog came and sat under my chair. And we started speaking. And then we started having conversation, the four of us. And that guy, Chris, he was from Liverpool, from England.
Wow.
And again, so I had the chance to speak with a native, with an Englishman. And it was really, really great. No shyness, no reservation, no hesitation. So, but as I said, it took time it didn't happen like,
Yeah,
in one
exactly.
day or in 1 year. So
And also,
yeah.
what happened with, in this case, when you are speaking with someone from England, for example, and his accent is different because it's British accent. So when you do you decide to speak like with British accent or with American accent? What do you
No, I
think?
don't. I don't like American accent. Sorry for that. I really love British accent. I just love that a bit snobbish, upper class. I just love that.
Sexy, right? I think.
Yes. And I'm also fascinated with BBC programs, with BBC series, especially drama series. I love Jane Austen movies like Pride and Prejudice and and so on. So actually, there is a hint between English accent and Scottish accent, because Scottish accent is really hard. And people say once you learn how to understand Scottish accent, you will understand any accent. And I think it's true, because English accent is pretty easy to understand. They speak very clearly and pronounce, for example, T. Whereas in the US, if you want to say water, you say water. I don't know how to pronounce. Yeah, something like that. And yeah, so no, I don't have any problems, because even now when I listen to YouTube channels or podcasts, I usually listen to podcasts with British accent, because I just prefer a British accent. And you prefer American?
I mean, when I was studying English as a beginner, I met a girl from Spain, and he taught me English with her British accent. I can say I love to listen to people who is speaking with British accent, but for me it's more easy to pronounce the words in American accent instead of British accent. Sometimes it's better to say that words in British accent. So at the beginning, I had a problem, because when I was studying, you need to know how to pronounce these words, right? So sometimes I chose with British accent and then with American accent, and then someone told me, no, Sarah, you need to decide what accent you are going to speak. So I decided American accent, because for me it's easy to pronounce the words. But I can understand also British accent about, as you said, for example, water. I know that is water, or the word mother, moda, something like that. So I can understand, and also I like to see or watch some videos or watch some movies and with British accent.
Yes, me too. And I also love British sense of humor. I just love that type of humor.
Hey, Rita, and tell me, there are more people that you know who speak English in Polish? I mean, where are you living right now, for example?
You mean in Poland right now?
In Poland right now?
Yes, actually, I have to say that in terms of Polish people speaking and learning other languages, it has improved a lot since I was at primary school, because as I said, previously we only were taught Russian, but then when we had access, to other languages, to the Western Europe, everything has changed. People just were hungry for, Western languages. Yes, for communicating with other people. We were allowed to travel to the West for the first time. So we just wanted to learn, because Polish people, we are very we like to learn. We like our education is on a really high level, and so languages were also part of that. But it was neglected for many years. But now, for example, my son, the children are taught English from the first grade at primary school, during the school, and then high school, and during the study. And now you have Zoom, you have WhatsApp, you can find a speaking partner, you can practice the language. And so, yeah, many of my friends speak English, and not only English. Actually, many of my friends speak German as well. I don't know why, but many people speak German as well.
German,
but, yeah.
Germany is near Poland.
Yes, we are neighbors. Yes, so maybe that's why. Yeah. So I think German and English and maybe Russian a bit are now the most popular and spoken languages in my country. And what about Mexico?
Well, okay, most of us we speak Spanish. So I mean, if you want to come to Mexico, you need to speak Spanish, because there are also some people that you can find for help, like in English, and probably they can understand a little bit, but you definitely need to learn Spanish. So, and here we don't have how can I say that? Interest for learning a new language, or I think it's because at schools they don't most of the time they don't teach you how to pronounce every single word. I think that is so important, because
yes,
probably the teacher can say, hey Edita, can you read this text? And probably if you don't know any word in English, so
yes,
how you are going to read the text. So you need to learn how to pronounce every word, what is the meaning, or what do you need to do for make that sounds. And then obviously you can read a sentence, or you can read then the book or a paragraph. By that reason, I created a group on Facebook where I teach English, how to pronounce every single word. So the participants who want to read, they feel confident after me, because they know how to pronounce the sentence, and then they can read all the paragraph. So that makes me feel happy, because I can help with that.
Yeah, I'm really glad that you mentioned that. I mean, the pronunciation and the importance of pronunciation, because actually I started appreciating pronunciation and seeing how important it is after many years of using English. And I remember being so frustrated in Scotland, because even if my English was grammatically good and correct, some people couldn't understand me. And I was thinking to myself, why? I speak so, correct, and why they can't understand me? And actually, it was about my pronunciation, because even very simple words, if you pronounce them incorrectly, they won't understand you. And so I think it's not the reading, writing, the grammar you should start when learning a language. You should start with pronunciation. Sounds, single words, simple words, and then sentences, and then build up on grammar, vocabulary, etc. I didn't know that. Nobody told me that. Even when I was at college in Scotland, they didn't teach us pronunciation.
That is a problem. That is a problem.
I know. So yeah. So you actually you did it very well, that you start teaching with pronunciation. This is very important. Yeah, this is very important.
Yeah, because then you can feel confident with that. So
Yes.
I decided to do
Yeah.
that, and also I think it's a good idea to start with that in our schools, because some students probably they don't have interest to learn English because they don't know how to pronounce these words. But I think if everything can change, like the teachers can teach another way, probably the students can be more interested in learning a new language
Yes.
instead of be bored.
Yeah.
So because if you write or if you study only grammar, probably the student don't be interested. So yeah, I think that is important.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
so your children speak English, you said?
Yes, my son speaks English and he speaks pretty well and he's fluent, but there is a reason for that, because he went to a Scottish school for 2 years. So he learned the first year his English was very poor and he couldn't communicate. But then he made a friend, and he also had a support teacher for the children who were bilingual, and so his English improved a lot. But actually his English really went on a higher level when we went back to Poland, because he's now very interested in many things like science or animals, or I don't know, many things, and he only watches everything in English, and he just because of that he didn't contact with English and his English skills. And yeah, so now his English is really fluent, and I'm really impressed by his grammar and vocabulary and the way he speaks. So yeah.
So Edita, do you motivate more people to study a new language? Like, do you have a group? You can share something with that about how can you be more interest, or can you invite more people for learning this language, for example?
Actually, I am a self-motivated person. I don't believe, everyone is different. Some people need a motivation from outside, and some people need the motivation comes from within themselves. And I'm that person. For example, I never felt motivated by a teacher or another person, even if it was for a very short period of time. Mostly it's me. And of course, I like to speak to other people and I need to communicate with people, but I really enjoy learning by myself, day by day. Mm-hmm. Yes, just on my own. I know what I need, I know what I like, I know what I want to do at that moment. So, but I also like to have speaking partners. I like to know more about other countries, other people, because every country is so unique, so different, and we all speak with totally different accents, and that's amazing. If you ask me if I can motivate other Polish people, no, I don't even try. Because at my age it's really difficult to motivate someone to, you should start learning English, or you should do that. And I always feel, no, I'm too busy to have a coffee with you, and not mention to start learning a language. So so I admire you, and that you are able to motivate other people from your country.
Thank you. I mean, but also you can motivate younger guys. Like, no, like it doesn't matter. Yeah, because it doesn't matter your age, so you can start. if you are a
Yes,
child,
it's not, it's not that difficult to motivate young children because they are still enthusiastic and they want to do something. But if it comes to teenagers, oh my gosh, they are only, they are so tired of everything, of life. And they are only interested in their smartphones. So yes, it's a real challenge to motivate a teenager to do something more than, to hang out on social media or something like that.
I get it. Yeah. But I think there are people who can be interested. I know not all the people, but there are some students who want to improve or they want to learn a new language. So I do my best. I try to motivate people.
Yes.
Because I mean,
yes.
it's awesome. Like you can get to know people from different countries. You can also learn about their culture, different point of views, and only make friends. That for me
Yes.
is so wonderful because you can speak even though you are or I'm in other country. We are so far to each other, but
Yes.
we can
Yes.
speak. We can enjoy the time, and also we can laugh a lot talking about different things. That is so important. So I know that every person is different. I know that I don't know, they have also some interest, but yeah, it's good to do that sometimes, but you can do it.
Yeah.
So instead of, you can also motivate your, I don't know, people in your family. You are the only one who speak English in your family?
My sister speaks English, but she lives in the UK. My other sister, she understands English, but she doesn't speak that much. My parents, no, they don't speak English. My father, he speaks German a bit, but that's it. And yeah, and so that's my closest family. Yeah. We don't speak that much because there is a difference between my generation and my parents' generation. They were not, they didn't learn languages at school at all. I would say at all, except for Russian. So my parents' generation, they don't speak English. They don't speak German. They don't speak languages in general. They only speak one language, mother tongue, and that's it. But that's not a problem because
what is their mother tongue of your parents?
Polish.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Yes.
I thought that they were living in another place. Because I know Polish is hard to speak, right? Even the word hello in Spanish, in Polish.
Well,
it's hard.
as a Polish citizen, I would say it's very easy. But I can understand that people say that Polish pronunciation, because we have some letters that don't exist in other languages, like sh, j, j, j.
Exactly. That sound. Something
yes,
like
that. and also Polish writing is really difficult because you have some sounds you can write in two ways, the same sound, and you have to be Polish to understand. No, it's quite difficult. So I'm very impressed by anyone trying and wanting to learn.
wow.
Polish.
You need to be brave if you want to go to Polish. So what happens if I want to go to visit you, for example? I need to speak Polish?
No, you will be totally fine. Every second person you meet will speak English. Some people will speak Spanish. Don't be surprised.
Wow. Do you know Spanish?
Hasta la vista, hola. What else? Hola. What else? Is Ayla? Ayla is Spanish. Ayla.
Ayla, what in English? What is the word that you want to say?
Island. Island.
Island.
Island.
In
Island.
Spanish?
No.
No.
And
no,
verde.
no.
Verde. Verde.
Ah, verde. The color.
Yes, green.
Yeah, you mean the color green.
Verde. Yes, it's verde.
Verde.
Ah, verdi.
Verde.
Verde.
Verde. Verde.
Amigo. Amigo.
Amigo. Very good. How can I say hola, hello in Polish?
Cześć. Cześć.
That is so hard to learn because
I know. It's very Polish. It's very Polish. Cześć.
There is any word easy to speak in Polish?
Oh yes, dom.
Dom. What is the meaning?
House.
Dom.
House or home. Dom. Mama.
Mother.
Tata.
What is tata?
Father. Tata.
Father. We say tata also for our grandparents sometimes. Yeah.
Okay.
So only I need to speak English if I want to visit your country, right? So I don't need to speak Polish, but I can try to say something like, hey, where is the bathroom? Or I need water, because if you want to survive.
No, you don't need to speak any Polish at all. You can, yes, you can, I can make you sure that if you come to Poland without speaking any word in Polish, you will survive and you will be welcome. And yes, you will like it. You will enjoy staying here.
Thank you so much. Evita, do you have an app on your phone for practicing English? Do you recommend some apps here?
Actually, I'm not using any apps. If I want to speak with someone, normally we use just Zoom or WhatsApp. I'm old-fashioned, I don't like using too much technology. I listen to podcasts, then I listen again and again. I repeat, I translate. And when I want to speak to someone, I just call that person. That's it. I don't like to I don't like too much technology. I don't feel good with, using too much technology. So I'm not the right person to ask to recommend some apps, because I'm not an app girl.
Yeah, I understand you. Do you want to share something here after to end this conversation? Something that you want to share about you, about your country, or about learning a new language?
Oh yes, I think learning any language you choose is the great way to change your personality a bit. Because I remember when before I started learning English and I went to Scotland, I thought that I knew everything. I knew everything about everything. But then when I started learning English and, meeting new people, my perspective started, changing so drastically. And I thought, oh my God, I was so narrow-minded. I was such a, narrow-minded person before I started learning English. And because learning a language is not only learning a language, it's also learning other culture, literature, people, their history. It's not only speaking, you are also welcoming and soaking their past, their history, their customs. You have to feel that, and that's incredible. And you don't have to travel abroad to experience that. And so, yeah, I would recommend learning a language to everyone. And it's never I think it's never too late to start learning languages. Actually, some studies show that learning a language improves your memory and your brain, and prevents your brain from getting older and damaging. So yeah, I would recommend learning languages, and start with pronunciation. That was my mistake. I didn't start with pronunciation, which I really, really regret. But as I said, it's never too late. You always make mistakes, and yeah, you learn from making mistakes. That's it.
Exactly. And
Yes.
also someone told me, Sarah, it's better to have a conversation, to connect with people, instead of making mistakes.
Yes, yes. Of course, we both, I suppose we both made a lot of mistakes today, but who doesn't? Who doesn't? Nobody is perfect.
Exactly. Exactly. You're right.
Yes.
Oh my God. So Edita, I really appreciate your time. Thank you. Thank you for being here in today's video. I hope to see you again for talking about some specific topic, if you want to share something about your group, because I know you have kangaroo group, or you can say something about your groups on Facebook that someone.
Yes, yeah, of course, yes. I'm still on that group, and I also I'm on the other group, and they are quite active. But I will tell you more about it the next time if you are interested. So yeah.
Of course. So thank you, Dita. We say goodbye from Mexico to Polish, to Poland.
Yes. Poland, yes. Thank you so much, and see you soon.
See you soon, Edita. Adios.
Bye. Adios.